All right, good Saturday morning to everybody. Tried to bump this up to a tiny bit ahead of the noon time because of college football, but I couldn't start at 11 when I wanted to because I was finishing up recording a game for the Stratton Demolition League. So that's going to be put out on Monday. That's the Cleveland Indians taking on the Cincinnati Reds. So now we're ready to go live for the NBC game of the week between the San Francisco Giants and the Atlanta Braves. And this has significance because San Francisco is trying to catch Houston. They were up there near tied, but then Houston kind of broke away. So now San Francisco is in last gas mode. Hello, Brian B. Robert, good to see you. I think you're at work, but hopefully you're listening and enjoying your Saturday so far. And hello, Jack Dawson. How are you? Good to see all of you guys there. The board's a little crooked. Let me see if I can fix this somehow. Had to transition from. Did a quick transition from the Demolition League to this game, so not much time to prepare. So kind of throwing it together as best I can. Yeah. I don't know if it's rigged or not, Brian, but we shall find out. Pitching matchup of that game was Josh Tomlin for Cleveland against Raciel Iglesias for the Reds, in case you're curious. The game was played at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Battle of Ohio. All right, pitchers for today's game. Rick Mailer and Terry Mulholland for the Giants. Not exactly stellar pitching matchup. I expect to see lots of runs in this game. 4.88 ERA for Mailer, 4.94 for Mulholland. Of course, it is September, so September call-ups, which is why the benches for both teams are loaded with extra players, and the bullpens definitely have their extra guys there as well. Let's see here. RJL says that historically Atlanta won this game 4-1, which is kind of surprising given the pitching matchup, but hey, you never know. That's why you play the game. Alrighty, now the other thing to do is to get this dice tray in here so that everything shows up on camera. And we got our San Francisco colored dice, the white and the orange, with the black D20. So there's the San Francisco colored dice as the home team. They get the benefit of having their own dice, their own colored dice. Maybe that's, if you want to call it karma, you could say that, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Thought I had a line score printer for this game, but I didn't, so I took a blank one and just kind of wrote in Atlanta and San Francisco. It's a little bit messy, but it gets the job done. That may describe my life. Messy, but get the job done. All right. Terry Mulholland finishing up the warm-up tosses. We are at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And according to what Play.com here says, 1999 is the last year for Candlestick Park, so I would guess that means in 2000 they opened up Pac Bell Park or whatever it's called now these days, Oracle Park, all kinds of names. But the new park in San Francisco with McCovey Cove and all that stuff. Atlanta will lead off with Billy Sample. You can see the lineup with the lefty on the mound. They've got quite a few right-handers in the lineup. In fact, everybody is either a switch hitter or right-handed. Actually, there are no switch hitters. They're all right-handed. Atlanta has 9 right-handed hitters up there to counteract the lefty. They've got a bunch of lefties on the bench that would normally start, like Chambliss and Griffey and Oberkfell. So they got a lot of good hitters on the bench that are left-handed, but Chuck Tanner going with his platoon-type lineup with all the right-handers. And yes, Jeff Dedman is in the bullpen. He's one of the guys there, along with Paul Orville Ossenmacher. He's also there. All right, so we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go. I'm not sure. I don't know why. When I printed off the base running little tags for both teams, for some reason Atlanta came out real big and San Francisco came out real small. There was no hidden meaning behind that. I don't favor one over the other. It just happened to be the way it turned out. So hopefully that'll be all right. All right. I'm thinking this might be the last game of the game of the week, and I may go next Saturday and start the playoffs because unless San Francisco wins this game and Houston starts losing some of their games, all the division races are pretty much done with. So I'm not really sure what game of the week would be good to show. But we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. Nothing written in stone yet. We're underway. Terry Mulholland, 1-3. Possible error on a ground ball. Billy Sample, 2-6 is a star 4, which is a ground ball to third. Third baseman in this case for the Giants is Bob Brenly. Kind of unusual. He usually catches, but he did play third base. And unfortunately for Bob Brenly, he's got an error rating of 20 at third base. So even though it's an 18, it will still be an error. So Bob Brenly, I guess they're paying for the price for having Bob Brenly playing third base, but he boots it. And error right off the bat on the Giants as Bob Brenly boots it, and Billy Sample takes over as the runner at first base. He has an attempt of 2, nothing from Mulholland, so we'll see if he gets any kind of a jump. He does not. That brings up Rafael Ramirez. Now, there was an 18. Let's see if there's a chance of a bunt. I don't really want to bunt on the first this early in the game, but it might be something that's opened up as a possibility for on the strategy rolls. So let's see here. Let's see. Ramirez's bunt rating is a 5. So it says here on 16 to 19, he would get the bunt sign. Now we rolled an 18, but do we really want to bunt? You know what? I guess I'm going to follow it the way the strategy roll says it. So we're going to bunt. How about that? We're going to bunt. Giants are not really expecting the bunt, so they're still playing infield double play depth. So I guess Ramirez is going to try to fool them somehow on his bunt. So we go to our bunt chart, and as RJL says, this is one of the few results in the game where the dice don't necessarily decide. The chart actually is going to help decide it. Bunt rating for Ramirez, he is a 5. So according to this, 1 to 16 will be a good bunt. 17 to 18, the lead runner will get thrown out. 19 to 20, he bunts for a base hit. So basically, he's trying to avoid a 17 or an 18. And he did. 11's a good bunt. So in that case, the sacrifice works. Sample goes to second base, 1 away. Ramirez gets the sacrifice, and I got to roll to see who fields it. And it's, let's see, a 1, which says that's the pitcher. So he bunts it right back to Terry Mulholland, and Mulholland's only play is to first base, where second baseman Thompson is covering. Actually, Will Clark is covering because they weren't corners in, so Clark makes the play there. And that brings up Dale Murphy. Like I said, I wouldn't have thought about bunting, but that's where the strategy roll comes in. It kind of brings up ideas that maybe initially you don't think about. Of course, it's optional. You don't have to bunt there. I didn't have to bunt there, but I just decided to do so. And it may be a good play. You never know. So Murphy's up. Mulholland, 19, nothing on the strategy there. We're not bunting with Murphy, that's for sure. So Mulholland will be delivering. 3-1. That's a range play. The infield is back to normal at regular depth, so there's a full range. They get the full range on a range play. 5-5 is a fly to center there, so it's not going to be the infield. It's the center fielder. In this case, center fielder is Chili Davis, and Davis's range is a 5, best you can have. So unless this is a 6, he will make the catch. And he does. Now the question is, can Sample tag up and go to third? Well, according to the chart, on a fly ball to center field, runner trying to get to third, you lose 2. You take away 2 from the ratings. Billy Sample runs at a 2. That drops him to a 0. And Chili Davis's arm is a 0. So it's a 0 chance, so he has no chance to move up. It'll just be a can of corn to center field for 2 down. For Bob Horner. Nothing on the havoc. Mulholland to Horner. 1-2 is a walk plus, so Horner will draw the 2-out walk, and that puts runners at first and second with 2 down for Terry Harper. Terry Harper, the left fielder. Griffey would normally be the left fielder, but with the lefty on the mound, they're using Harper. Nothing on the havoc. 1-6, that's a blank, so we go to Harper's card. Harper Valley PTA. 6-5 is going to single to center field. How about that? Maybe the bunt pays off for the Braves after all. Single to center to score from second. You add 2 to your run rating. Sample is a 2, but the +2 makes him a 4. And we already know Chili Davis is a 0 arm, so it's a 1-4, and he will score. And he does. So Billy Sample will come in to score. Horner, let's see what he can do. Going first to third, you lose 1, and Horner's run rating is a 2, so that makes him a 1. So that 2 there, keep the same roll. He's not going to make it to third. He will stop at second base. But Terry Harper, RBI single, and the Harper Valley PTA strikes. Atlanta Braves take a 1-0 lead on the Giants. Not exactly helping the Giants, but the Astros are loving it. And here's Andres Thomas. Strategy roll for Mulholland. Nothing happening. 5-6 against a right-hander. That's a blank. So Thomas will swing. 2-3 is a star 2, which is a ground ball to second. There's already 2 outs, so he's just going to throw to second base, or to first base rather, to end the inning. But the Braves get a run, and maybe that bunt that was called upon by the strategy roll paid off. Maybe that's, you never know what would have happened otherwise had he swung away, but we know for a fact that Atlanta scored a run. Hello, Kenyon, how you doing? So maybe the, using that strategy roll came out to be a good thing. We shall see. But we go to the bottom of the first, and Rick Mailer is not exactly Cy Young out there, so San Francisco certainly has a chance to put some runs on the board. And it's Will the Thrill Clark that will lead it off for the Giants against Rick Mailer. I'm not sure why they call him Ricky Mailer. He had a brother named Mickey Mailer, and I always thought they called him Rick Mailer to differentiate the two, but not sure why Chris called him Ricky Mailer, but he did. 5-2 is a blank. We go to Will Clark. 1-4, it's a question mark 8 against a right-hander, goes to 14. That's a 5, so it's a base hit for Will Clark. Like I said, I don't know why when I made their base running things, they came up a lot smaller than the Braves did. It just happened to work out that way. Clark's attempt is a 2, but nothing happening. Now, we could bunt with Robbie Thompson, perhaps, because he's a 5 as well. So maybe what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Hello, Beatles. How are you doing? Happy Saturday, almost afternoon to you. But we rolled a 17. That was the strategy roll. And Thompson is a 5 bunter. And according to this, 16 through 19, he gets the option to bunt. So why not? And when we did it last time and it worked out for a run. So now Roger Craig says if Chuck Tanner can play small ball, I can play small ball. So we're going to have a bunt. Infield, again, is not really expecting it. So Thompson, with a bunt rating of 5, we go to the bunt chart. Again, a 1-16 is a good bunt. It's a 19. So that's one of the rare things. He actually beats this out. It says, great bunt. Everyone is safe with a single. So how about that? So the strategy roll pays off again as we got back-to-back base hits. Thompson trying to give himself up, but he ends up getting a base hit out of it. And it's going to send up Mike Enough-Aldretti. He will be taking the place of left field, normally held by Dan Gladden, but they're giving Gladden a day off and using Aldretti. Nothing on the Havoc this time. Mailer, 4-3. That is a range play. They are at double play depth, so the infielder's range does get reduced by 1 if it goes to the infield. Here's Aldretti, 1-4. It's a fly to left, so the range check is actually on Billy Sample. Sample's range. So we look at Billy Sample. In left field, same as in right field, his range is a 3. So he needs to be a 1-3 to make this catch. And he does. So Billy Sample tracks it down, 1 away, and Will Clark's not going to have a chance to go to third on that because you lose 3 on your run rating, and he just doesn't, he's not going to be able to do it. Clark runs a 3, it drops him to a 0, and Billy Sample, well, Sample's a +2 arm, so I take it back. It is a chance he can move up on a 1 or a 2. And he does. So how about that? I spoke too soon. I actually learned that from watching one of RJL's videos. When it came to 0, the run rating minus the 3, but you still have to factor in the outfielder's arm. Sample's a +2, so Clark took advantage of it and was able to get to third base, which could be big because now he's in, a ground out or another sac fly will score a run. And that'll bring up Candy Maldonado for the Giants. Strategy roll for Rick Mailer. Thompson, let's see, his chances of getting a jump for Robbie Thompson is a 3. So we'll see if he can steal second on a 3 or less. He does not. Maldonado is certainly not bunting. So Mailer, infield double play depth. 6-6 is a range play at the ballpark. So we bring in Candlestick Park for the first time. And it happens to be a range play. Oh, and the orange die didn't go through. Missed the little shoot there, so let's try that again. All right, 1-4, and that's a blank. So we're going to a rare play that's going to override the range play. We've got a rare play with people on base. So we're going to the rare play with runners on base chart. Roll 2d6s. The orange is the 10s, the white is the 1s. And we get a fit. What doesn't matter? It's 55. 55 says deep fly to right field caught. Runner on first. Second if no one is on first, but the runner is on first, has to backpedal back to first. Roll 1d6. If higher than base running plus outfield arm -1, then out. Okay. So we know we got a second out as he flew to right field. That's a given. But Murphy has a chance to double off Thompson, who went too far from first base. Murphy's a -1 arm, and Thompson, check his run rating, Thompson runs at a 3. So that's a total of 2 when you combine them. And it says here 2, and then it's a -1. I believe it says you do a -1 as well. All right, and it says if it's higher than base running plus outfield arm -1, then he's out. Wow. So unless this is a 1, he's going to be out. And he is out. So they double up Thompson off first base. He got too far out of there, and Murphy throws behind him, and they double him off. He must have thought there were less than 2 outs or something, but he pays the price, and so do the Giants, and they come away empty-handed. So the strategy to bunt looked like it would have paid off. They had runners on the corners, only 1 out, but the rare play took care of that, the double play, a rare double play on a fly to right and you double the runner off first. Just works out that way sometimes. You never know what inside pitch is going to bring you, as I'm sure Robert would have testified to that. Oops, not going to be Mailer. It's going to be Mulholland back out. He's going to face Ozzie like a Virgil. He will lead things off for the Braves. 6-5 is a strikeout chance. 7 against a lefty. It's only a 5. Stadium does add 1, makes it a 6, but that's a 7, so no strikeout. Virgil will swing. 6-3 is going to line it right to Mulholland for out number 1. So 1 down, and that's going to bring up Glenn Mother Hubbard. 3-5 is a wild pitch, which is just ball 1 with nobody on base. Try again. 4-2, that's a possible error. Go to Hubbard. That is a 4-2 again. That's a fly to center. The error there is 18. Chili Davis's error rating is only a 2, so no error there. He will make the catch. 2 down. For the pitcher, Rick Mailer. 3-5, and that's again another wild pitch, which is a ball 1. 1-3, it's a possible error on a ground ball. Go to Mailer. 5-4 is a ground ball to short. That's a 3. The shortstop in this case is Uribe. His error rating is a 5. So he's very good, but the 3 is going to get him. That is an error. Second error of the game on the Giants, as Rick Mailer, of all people, will reach base on the E6. So some shoddy fielding by the Giants. Don't know if it's because the 49ers had played a few exhibition games there in September and chopped up the dirt. I don't know, but there is the error there. Mailer has no attempt, but we do need to check for pickoff or balk, and nothing happening. So here's Billy Sample, top of the order. 5-4, and this time we do check for a wild pitch. His wild pitch, that's an 11, so it will be a wild pitch. He has a 1-11 wild pitch rating, and finally he does on cork 1. And going to second base is Rick Mailer. So we'll roll again. Nothing happening. Mulholland to Sample. 5-5, strikeout chance 12 is too high. Go to Sample. 1-2, fly to left. That's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there for the Braves. Although it was a little bit tricky for Mulholland with all those wild pitches. He must have had a lot of wild pitches in real life that season, because on his card he's got 3 separate wild pitch chances and then high numbers on the wild pitch itself. So he must have uncorked quite a few wild pitches. Due up for the Giants will be Chili Davis. Rick Mailer delivers. 2-5, and against that's a split opportunity. Davis is a switch hitter batting left, so it's going to be a base hit past Mailer against a right-hander. There had been a strikeout chance, but that's a base hit. So Chili Davis gets the base hit. start things off. He's going to attempt a 4. But nothing happening, so he will stay put. For Bob Brenly, usually a catcher, but playing third base in this game. 6-5, that's a strikeout chance. 11, he's a 10 against the righty, but the stadium adds 1, makes it an 11, so that's good. So Bob Brenly will strike out courtesy, in part, to Candlestick Park. So 1 down, and here's a guy I've never heard of before, but he is the starting catcher in this game. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. I'm going to go with Phil Ouellette. I don't know. Looks like omelet to me, but Ouellette maybe. Olay, maybe it's Olay, like you bullfighter or something. I have no idea. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Mailer, 3-2, strikeout chance. That's a 9, too high. Ouellette, or whatever his name is, gets the swing. 5-4, he's going to fly to right for out number 2. And that brings up Uribe. Nothing on the havoc. Mailer to Uribe. 6-5, strikeout chance. 11, too high. Go to Uribe. That's it was a leaner. Now it finally settled in. 6-4 is a star 2, which is a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. There were already 2 outs, so no reason to check for any double plays. The inning is over. If anybody knows how to pronounce that name, feel free to chime in, because I don't. Not that it's important anyway. We go to the top of the 3rd. Due up for the Braves will be Ramirez, Murphy, and Horner. So there's a 2 call-up rule in September going forward. That one I'd not heard of. I'd heard of the doing away with the shift, making the infielders play on the dirt, bigger base runners, or bigger bases, I guess it is. What about are they getting rid of the shadow runner in extra innings? Is that still around? That's the one they need to really get rid of. They need to drop that ghost runner at second base to start extra innings. That's a bunch of crap, in my opinion. But that's just me. Everybody's got their opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Nobody's wrong, nobody's right. It's just opinion. Mulholland to Ramirez, 6-3. Against a lefty, that'd be a single, but against a righty, that's a blank. Oh, it's already in place now. Okay. Let's see here. Well, the rosters are expanded a little bit, so I guess that's not too bad. You don't want to have a team on there with like 40 players, I guess. All right, so 4-4 on Ramirez. 4-4 is a question mark 7, which means question mark to left field. Against a lefty, goes to 7. That's a 6. So that's a double for Rafael Ramirez. How about that? Rafael Ramirez leads off the inning with a double. So he liked that lefty pitching. And there's a leadoff double for Ramirez. Mulholland with the strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Dale Murphy. You got to be careful with the Murph. Mulholland, 1-2, walk plus. So Murphy will draw the walk. It does set up a double play, but you don't want to start giving free base runners, especially with nobody out. But the infield is at double play depth. They're hoping they can turn 2. Mulholland, that's a 2. I don't think Ramirez can do anything. His attempt is a 5, though. So he could steal third if they wanted him to, because his attempt is a 5. When you steal third, you cut it in half, which is a 2.5, and you lower it down to a 2, but that is a 2. So Ramirez, 1-14, he actually gets a +1 from Mulholland, makes it a 1-15, and then Omelet over there is a +1 also, which makes it a 16. So they're gonna test that Ouellette guy. 1-16, he'll steal it. And he does. It's a possible throwing error with the 2 there. So the possible throwing error on Ouellette, he's a 0 error rating, so he cannot commit the error. So that is a stolen base for Ramirez. First time I think I've ever stolen third. And with a trail runner, I don't know, RJL, if you're watching or listening, I didn't call a double steal. I just did Ramirez as a steal, so I don't know if there is a double steal in this game, to be honest with you. So we're just going to have Ramirez steal third and leave it at that. But that does put runners at the corners with nobody out. And Big Bob Horner, the batter. With nobody out, the infield's still a double play. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Good to see you. Strategy roll for Horner. That's nothing happening on that. 4-4, and that is a blank to a righty. Against the lefty, it'd been a home run chance, but to a righty, that's a blank. So Horner will swing. 3-2, and that's a star 3, which is a ground ball to third. Possible double play. And let's see about Ramirez. Ramirez runs at a 4, so he's gonna come in to score because the Giants are going to try to turn 2. So they'll let Ramirez score, but they want to turn the double play. Horner's a 2. Nothing there. They were halfway, makes them a 3. The pivot at second is Robbie Thompson. He's a 0. So a 1-3, they turn a double play. And they do not. It's actually runner advance. So on a 6, runners advance. So Horner goes to gets the RBI as Murphy goes to second and Ramirez scores. It's 2-0 favor of the Braves. So that in that case, infield in or no matter what the cause, when you roll a 6, the runner scores. Hello, Math, Fun and Games. How are you? Yeah, Brian, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe that's I'll have to read the. I mean, like I said, I don't play this game often enough. I rotate so many games that Robert's more of a specialist at it because that's pretty much all he plays on video is inside pitch. So he's got repetition on his side. So on these off the wall plays, I'm not really sure, how it works out. But anyway, here's Terry Harper, Mulholland. Nothing going on there. Look, the orange die didn't go through. Let's re-roll that. 4-3, and that's a potential walk. 7 will walk him. So Terry Harper had an RBI his first time up. This time he walks, and Mulholland in serious trouble. Bullpen activity could be starting very soon, and the Giants have a bunch of bullpen arms to go to. Strategy roll 20, chance for a pickoff. 1-3 is a pickoff. 4-6 is a pickoff error. That is a 1. He's going to pick Murphy off second base. So the Murph got caught sleeping, and they pick him off second base. That certainly helps the Giants' cause. Mulholland with the pickoff. So here comes Andres Thomas. Mulholland, 1-4 is a blank. We go to Thomas's card. 3-6 is a double to right field. Boy, how big was that pickoff? Harper, can he score from first base? Harper, when you double to right to score from first, you lose 1. But there are 2 outs, so that cancels out to a 0. So no effect there. Harper runs at a 2, and the right fielder arm, in this case being Maldonado, is a -2. That makes him a 0. So he has to stop at third. He has no option to try to score. He has to put on the brakes at third base. So a double for Thomas, even with 2 outs, he could not score the run because of the -2 arm from Maldonado. And that puts runners at second and third with 2 outs. 1 run is already in. It is 2-0 Atlanta. And they're looking for more. Here's Mulholland to Virgil. Trying to get that third out. 3-6 is a strikeout chance. 12 is against the lefty. Is way too high for that. Righty, he'd have got him. Lefty, he did not. Virgil swings. 6-1, fly to center. That's going to end the inning. So Mulholland escapes further damage. But the Braves do pick up another run and take a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom half of the third. The question is, do you let Mulholland keep pitching? Can face 23 batters, and he's already closing on 17, down 2-0. And Mulholland does not have his own batting card. He would have to use this card. So with the expanded rosters, they're going to pull Mulholland. Maybe a questionable move, but that's what they're going to do. They're going to go to the bench for a pinch hitter, and boy, they got plenty of them. You see that big long line in the bench. So they're going to go with a left-hander off the bench. And let's see who they're going to go to. They're going to go to Harry Spillman. So Harry Spillman will get the pinch hitting call for the Giants. And then we'll figure out who the new pitcher is going to be in the top of the fourth. Most likely a right-hander. Not sure who it's going to be just yet. Depends on what the Giants do in this inning. But Spillman will be the pinch hitter. He will pinch hit for Mulholland. So Mulholland's only going to go 3 innings, give up 2 runs. But you're down 2-0. You got to hit. You need offense. So, and he's going to be 1 inning away from being tired anyway. So now's a good time to take him out. So Spillman, the batter. Okay, thank you, Brian. I'll have to delve into the rule book on that, on the double steal. I didn't call it, so I just called it a regular steal. So here's Mailer, 6-6, range play at the ballpark. So Candlestick Park, we're looking at a range play for Harry Spillman. 3-5, and that is a single plus to left field. So it would be a single plus, but Sample, it is a range play for Billy Sample. And Billy Sample, his range is a 3. So he can take the hit away right here with the 1, 2, or 3. And he does. So he cost Harry Spillman a base hit. Nice play for Billy Sample. Took that hit away. Okay, since I rolled a 2, he would have had the double steal. Oh well, I missed it. I don't think it really mattered in the run of the game, but that's the one I got to look into because, like I said, double steal. I don't think about doing that very often. Here's Will the Thrill. We're back to the top of the order. Mailer 5-4. That's a walk plus. So 1 out walk to Will Clark. And that's going to bring up Robbie Thompson. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. So here's Robbie Thompson. 6-4. And that is a straight up home run chance. That's a 9. His home run, though, is only a 4. So no home run, but he's not out. He just gets to swing on his own card. 4-1, it's a star 4, which is a ground ball to third, possible double play. They were playing halfway. His double play rating's a 2. Nothing from Mailer. The pivot, Hubbard's pivot is a +1. So that makes it a 3. The infield is halfway, makes it a 4. So 1 to 4, it's a double play. And it is. So it's a 5-4-3 around the horn double play. And a tough break there for Robbie Thompson. Not only does he miss the home run chance, he hits into a double play. And that's actually going to end the inning. Inning-ending double play. Now we need a new pitcher for the Giants. And let's look at their pitching staff. They got a whole bunch of righties that they could go to. We got Berenguer, Bacchus, Gereltz. Gereltz looks like he has the most length. Well, Jeff Robinson does too. 3.36. They're going to go to Gereltz. He's got a better ERA. So Scott Gereltz has lots of starts, but he also had some relief appearances, and he was not scheduled to start anytime soon, so he can pitch in relief. So Scott Gereltz is your pitcher for the Giants, taking over here in the top of the 4th. He'll be facing Hubbard, Mailer, and Sample for the Braves. 2-0 Atlanta, top of the 4th from Candlestick. NBC Game of the Week. 2-4. And that's a straight-up home run chance on the very first roll. Hubbard's a 3, but that's a 7, so Hubbard will not hit the home run. 3-6, he will pop it up to second instead, 1 away, so Gereltz got away with 1. Had he pitched that to Murphy or Horner or something like that, that would have been gone. Here's Rick Mailer, the pitcher. 2-2, and that's a ballpark card, so we're going to Candlestick Park for the result for Rick Mailer. 1-4, that's a rare play again. So this time bases empty rare play. Last time we had a rare play with runners on base, it was a fly out double play. Roll the dice again. We get a 26. So 26 says, third baseman goes in the hole to make a play and hurts himself on the play. Resolve is a G5 range play and then check for injury. All right, so a G5 range play. So third baseman is Brenly, who's obviously not very good. He's kind of out of position. He's a 1 range, so we'll check and make sure he didn't make the catch. He does. How about that? Bob Brenly with a range of 1, and he makes the play. Throwing out Rick Mailer, but he gets up holding his shoulder. He landed on that shoulder. Now they got to check the injury chart to see if he has to come out of the game. His injury rating is a 2. So on the injury chart, when your injury rating is a 2, you have to roll a 1 to stay in the game. Anything else, he's going to have to come out. And he's got to come out. So Bob Brenly is going to have to leave. He hurts himself. He's going to have to leave, and the Giants will need a new third baseman. And I believe it's going to be Chris Brown, who would normally play third base. So Chris Brown's going to take over at third base. That actually helps the Giants. I hate to see somebody get hurt, but it actually does help the Giants. And they need help. So Chris Brown will take over as the new third baseman and bat in that same spot. So Chris Brown takes over after the injury to Bob Brenly. And here's Billy Sample, top of the order. 2-5, that's a walk chance. 19 is too high. We go to Sample. 6-5 is star 2, which is a grounder to short to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Braves against Garrelts here in the bottom of the fourth. So we go to the, I'm sorry, nothing in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. I put a 0 there. Hopefully they get 0 because I put one there automatically already. Kind of prematurely, but we'll see. Here's Mike Aldretti. That's what happens when you're not scoring the game on paper like I normally do. I'm just playing it. I kind of lose track of things. So 6-4, and that's a straight up home run chance right there. Straight up. He's a 4, but that's an 8, so Aldretti cannot get the home run. But he will swing. 2-1. He's going to single to center field. So not a home run for Aldretti, but he does get a leadoff single. And I guess that's something. Leadoff single, his attempt is a 1. See if he can get a jump to steal. He cannot. So Candy Maldonado steps to the plate. Mailer, 6-6. That's a range play at the ballpark. So we're going to Candlestick Park again. 1-6 is a star 4, which is a ground ball to third. Possible double play. His double play rating's a 4. And Hubbard is a +1 pivot. And they're infield halfway. So the total there is a 6. But I don't believe it's automatic. I believe if we roll a 6, it's runner advancement. So that would negate the double play. Hello, Joel. How you doing? Robert, you can, if you're still there, you can let me know that. But I believe even if you total up a 6, it's not automatic double play. You do roll. If you get a 6 runner, it's going to advance. They got a 5, so it didn't matter. It is a double play. So they do turn it around the horn, 5-4-3. It's a moot point. 2 down very quickly. And now Chili Davis steps up with 2 outs and the bases clear. 3-6, that's a blank. We go to Chili Davis. 5-2, star 6. That is a fly to center to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Giants. So that 0 was prophetic, I guess. We go to the top of the 5th. Final inning for Garrelts, most likely. Here's Ramirez. Garrelts, 6-2 is a walk chance, and 2 is going to walk him. So Rafael Ramirez draws the leadoff walk. His attempt is a 5, +2 from Garrelts. It's a 7. That's a 5. He's going to get a chance to steal. Ramirez attempt is a 14. He already stole third base in this game. 14 +2 from Garrelts is a 16. +1 from Omelet over here is a 17. 1-17, he will steal it. And he does, and there's a possible throwing error, but Omelet doesn't have a throwing error, so Ramirez will just stand pat at second base, but he does get his second steal of the game. Not known for a whole lot. He did steal 19 bases on the season, so I guess that's why, but 2 of them are in this game. All right, here is Murphy. Nothing happening there. You're not having Murphy bunt, that's for sure. Garrelts, 3-6, strikeout chance, but 18 is too high. We go to Murphy. 2-6, single pass second base. Ramirez runs at a 4, so I believe that will score him automatically. Double check it. S4, all you need is a 2 or better. He's a 4, so he has that easily. And it's an RBI single for Dale Murphy. And the Braves now lead it 3-0 on the RBI single from Murphy. And now Garrelts may need some relief. We shall see. Murphy has an attempt of 2, plus the 2 there is a 4. And nothing happening. So that'll bring up Bob Horner. Infield looking to turn 2. 6-2 is a potential walk. 12 will not walk him. He walks in 11. Stadium doesn't change it, so no walk. We go to Horner. 2-3 is a ground ball to first. Possible double play. With the newer rules, though, you don't get the benefit of the infield being halfway if the ball hits the first baseman, so there's no benefit there. Strictly going by this. He's a 2, but Gorelts is a +1, makes him a 3. The pivot at short, Uribe, you would get a benefit of that if he's a good pivot. Uribe's pivot is a 0. So it's a 1 to 3, and they turn to double play. And they do. Double play, 3-6-3. Big double play needed there, and they got it. So they get Horner. 2 down now for Terry Harper. 2 outs and the bases are clear. 3-5, and that is a range play. 2-2, ground ball to second, the range of Robbie Thompson. Robbie Thompson's range at second base, he is a 3. And he makes the play, so 2 down, or inning over rather, from the previous double play. So their Braves are gone, but they get the run on the RBI single from Dale Murphy. Go to the bottom of the 5th, it's Braves 3, Giants nothing. As RJL stated, the historical score of this game is 4-1, so possibly could be heading towards that. We shall see. That's all for Scott Gorelts. His day is done, and they will get a pinch hitter for him when his time comes up. And if it somehow doesn't come up, they'll bring a new pitcher in anyway. But Chris Brown will lead things off for the Giants as he came in for the injured Bob Brenly. So Chris Brown, who's normally at third base most days, will get his first at bat. Mailer, 2-5, and that's a split chance against a right-hander. It's a strikeout possibility. He strikes out at a 5. Stadium adds 1 for a 6, but that's an 8, so no strikeout. Chris Brown will swing. 5-1, star 3 is a ground ball to short. Ramirez over to Horner, 1 away. And here comes Mr. Omelet. 6-1, strikeout chance, too high. Phil gets the swing. 4-3 is a ground ball to second. Hubbard is there, 2 down. For Uribe. Mailer, 3-4, and that's a blank, so we go to Uribe. 6-4, that's a star 2, which is a ground ball to second. Hubbard is there, and boy, I was talking bad about Rick Mailer. He's pitched 5 shutout innings in this ball game. So the pitcher spot did not come up. It will lead off the next inning. So let's see what the Giants want to do. No need to double switch. You got so many pitchers, so you could just pitch a guy for 1 inning. It wouldn't be a problem. So Thomas will lead off, followed by Virgil and Hubbard, a bunch of right-handers. So they're going to go to a right-hander out of the pen, and it's going to be Frank Williams. So Frank Williams will come in and pitch the 6th inning only, and then they will pinch hit for him in the bottom half of that inning. Andres Thomas will lead it off at short. 5-2, double question mark against a right-hander. 1-2 is a single, but that's an 11. So we treat it as a blank and go to Thomas. 6-3, ground ball to short. Uribe is there, 1 away for Ozzie Virgil. 3-6 is a blank. We go to Virgil. 1-5, that's a star 4, which is a ground ball to third, and the new third baseman, Chris Brown, puts it away, 2 down for Glenn Hubbard. 4-5 for Williams is another blank, so we go to Hubbard. 3-3, it's a single to center field for Glenn Hubbard. 2-out single for Glenn Hubbard. What that does is it will allow Mailer to clear this inning, get him to bat and clear the inning. Tempt is a 1. There are still strategy rolls involved. The tempt is a 1 plus the 1's a 2. And 15, nothing's happening. So Mailer will swing away. Williams, 4-5 is another blank, so we go to Mailer. 4-5 for Mailer, and that is a question mark 8. It goes to 19. That's an 18. It's a double for Rick Mailer. How about that? They can't get out of the inning because they give up a double to Rick Mailer. So double to center field, you add 1 to the run rating of Hubbard. Hubbard runs at a 2, he becomes a 3. Center fielder arm, Chili Davis, is a 0. Stays a 3. With 2 outs, he becomes a 4. So 1-4, and he will score from first base. And he does. So Hubbard, RBI double from the pitcher, Rick Mailer, makes it a 4-0 ball game. And boy, Williams has got to be shaking his head, and so does So does their manager. Boy, that's just cardinal sin, giving up a 2-out extra base hit to a pitcher. Roger Craig's got to be furious. Back to the top of the order for Billy Sample. It is now 4-0 Atlanta. And strategy rolls. And we'll still keep them. Nothing happening. Williams. 5-1. Range play at the ballpark. So we're going to Candlestick Park for a range play. 3-4. And that is a star 6, which is a fly to center, but we're checking the range of Chili Davis. If he doesn't catch this, could be another run coming across the board. But however, Chili Davis is a 5. Best you can have. Unless this comes up as a 6, Chili Davis will make the play. And he does. So Chili Davis puts it away to end the inning and prevent further embarrassment. That's it for Frank Williams. His day is done. And we'll get a pinch hitter for Mr. Williams. And we'll see who they want to go to off the bench for the Giants. I'm assuming they'll go to another lefty, most likely. Not guaranteed, but most likely. Unless all their lefties are horrible, which they are. No, actually not. Mike Woodward. Or Woodard. Mike Woodard is a .253 hitter, so we'll use him. Mike Woodard will lead off. Mr. Woodard. And Mailer can go a long time. He's got 27 batters faced. This is only batter 18 he's facing, so he's still in very, very, very good shape. 2-6, and against a lefty, that's a walk chance. 12 will walk him. So how about that? Mike Woodard draws a pinch hit walk. Not glamorous, but when you're down 4-0, you need base runners. And there's your chance to get one. And it comes from an unlikely source in Mike Woodard. And now I got to figure out what happened to my little base runner token for Woodard. Got hidden in here somewhere. Don't know what happened to it. Must have gotten buried somewhere else, so let me see if I can find it. I know I made one for him, because I made one for everybody on the roster. Now I can't find it. Oh well, we'll just have to use somebody else. I'll use another player just in his place. Just so you know somebody's there. So Woodard is actually going to be on here. He's aboard on a walk. Pinch hit walk for Woodard. His attempt is a 7, but you're down 4-0. Well, you know, you're going to run strategy rolls anyway. That's a 2, but down 4-0, you're really not going to steal. Down 4-0 to 6, so we're going to call that off. And they're going to let Will Clark swing away, top of the order. That's a good one, Brian. I like that one. Yes, Rayford, Baines, and Blast. I didn't know about Blasting Game, but I knew about, for me, it's Mazeroski and Rayford. The anti-fan club. 5-3, the anti-Hall of Fame fan club, I should say. Neither one deserved to be there. 5-3 for Mailer is a single if he's tired, but he's not tired, so Will Clark will swing. 1-2 is a star 3. It's a ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 1. Mailer adds nothing. The pivot, Hubbard, is a +1, makes it a 2. They're halfway, makes it a 3. 1-3, it's a double play. And it is. 6-4-3, double play, takes care of the base runners. In that situation, didn't matter who the base runner was. They were gone on the double play. 2 quick outs, as Will the Thrill is not thrilled about hitting into a double play. That'll bring up Robbie Thompson. Mailer, 2-1, strikeout 19 is too high. Go to Thompson. 4-2, and that's a double to center field. Boy, how big now is that double play as Robbie Thompson just cracks a double to center field. So a 2-out double, and that's going to bring up Aldretti. Nothing on the Havoc. Aldretti. Mailer, 5-5, strikeout chance, 3, got him. There's your end of the inning right there. Mailer nipped that in the bud. Gave up the 2-out double, but nothing else. And we go to the top of the 7th. And we need a new pitcher for the Giants as they pinch hit for Mr. Williams. So coming up for the Braves, it'll be Ramirez, Murphy, and Horner. So obviously more right-handers are in order. And they're going to go to Juan Berenguer. So Juan Berenguer is your new pitcher. He'll be facing Ramirez, Murphy, and Horner here in the top of the 7th. Three, that's a strikeout chance. 20, though, way too high for that. Ramirez. 5-2, ground ball to short, 1 away. Handled over there by Uribe. 1 down for Murphy. Berenguer, 4-4 is a strikeout chance, and a 1. It's going to get him. So Murphy out on strikes. 2 up and 2 down, and that's going to send us to Bob Horner. 4-6, single chance, but he's not tired yet, obviously. So we go to Horner. 2-1, it's a double to center field for Bob Horner. A 2-out double for Bob Horner. 2-out double keeps the inning going. No strategy rolls now because the amount of difference in the runs, 4 exceeds the number of remaining innings, 3. So no strategy rolls are going to be used now unless the score gets closer. Here's Harper. Berenguer, 1-3, blank to a righty, so Harper will swing. 6-2 is going to single past second, and I believe that will be enough to get the run home. To score from second on S4, you only need a base running rating of 2. Horner runs at a 2, plus as the 2 outs makes him a 3. So Horner will come in to score, and Harper has done it again. He has had multiple RBIs in this game, and it's now 5-0. And that exceeds the 4-1 score in real life. I was hoping to get a 4-1 score, but right now it's 5-0. And here's Thomas. Berenguer, 3-1, possible error on a throw. 2-3 is a star 2, which is a fly to center, so no throw to worry about. Innings over. But damage done as the Braves tack on yet another run. Double by Horner and a single by Harper. And we go to the bottom of the 7th here at Candlestick with the score of Atlanta 5 and San Francisco 0. And boy, I would have thought San Francisco would have scored some runs against Rick Mailer, but they just don't seem to be able to do so for whatever reason. I'm not sure what the reason is, but for some reason they just seem to have issues with it. But it is a 7th inning stretch, and we will be going to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So stand and sing. All right, 7th inning stretch is in the books. And now Rick Mailer back out, looking to keep that shutout going, facing Candy Maldonado. 6-1, strikeout chance, and he got him. Boy, Rick Mailer's just on his A game today for sure. Here's Chili Davis. 2-2, double question mark against a switch hitter batting left. It's a 1-9 for a single. That's an 8, so Chili Davis gets a base hit just as Brian B. says they can't figure out Mailer. Chili Davis says, I figured him out. And he's on. But again, no strategy rolls with the score being what it is. We keep rolling. Chris Brown, 3-3, hit by pitch chance. He's a 14, minus 3 is an 11, but that's a 16, so no hit by pitch. Chris Brown says, I don't want to be hit by pitch. I want to swing. 5-2, and he does, and flies to center, out number 2. And they're going to pinch hit here for Mr. Omelet. They need some runs, and they don't want to deal with Mr. Omelet. So they're going to take him out of the game. And they will be they can use Melvin to catch, but they're going to pinch hit with somebody else. Let's see who the best pinch hitter they have left. Righty or lefty, it really doesn't matter at this point. They're going to go with Dan Gladden to pinch hit. He will pinch hit, and then Bob Melvin will take over as the catcher. So that little administrative duties. Gladden pinch hitting for Omelette, whatever his name is. He will be pinch hitting with 2 outs. Mailer, 1-2, walk chance, 13, too high. Go to Gladden. 4-2, question mark 8 against the righty, goes to 15. That's a 4. It's a single to center field. Let's see if Chili Davis can get to third base. On a single to center, to go from first to third, you lose 1. There are 2 outs, so that cancels it out to a 0. Chili Davis's speed, run rating, is a 3. And it went to center field. Center fielder arm, Murphy, shows as a -1. So that'd be a 1-2. But I think with strategy rolls being out and whatnot and 2 outs, you don't take chances on the bases. They're going to play station to station. And Gladden, with a pinch hit, RBI pinch hit single. And now that brings up Uribe. They like to pinch hit for Uribe, but they don't have a whole lot left on the bench. And you hate to lose his glove, too. They're going to go ahead and let Uribe as a switch here. They're going to let him swing away. 6-6 is a range play at the ballpark, so maybe they're getting to Rick Mailer here. Mailer's getting close to being tired anyway. This is batter number 26 that he's facing. It is a range play at the ballpark. 6-5 is a fly to center. It's a range of Dale Murphy. Murphy's range in center field. Mr. Murphy, I don't know how they rated him like this, but they rated him as a 1, which I think is a joke. He should at least be a 2, probably a 3, but definitely at least a 2. I mean, 1 is just awful. He's not that bad. So I kind of disagree with that rating, but we'll play it as it is. He's a 1. And he says, take that. Take that inside pitch. You rate me a 1, I'm still going to catch it. And that's exactly what he did. Murphy showed him what it was all about, and he made the catch to end the inning. So it didn't matter what I thought or anybody else thought. He made the catch. And Rick Mailer is through 7 innings. And I think that's going to do it for Rick Mailer. They're going to cap him at 7 innings and turn it over to the bullpen, as Mailer is set to bat third this inning. So looking to have a pinch hitter, probably Ted Simmons, coming up. But we need a new pitcher for the Giants. That's step 1. Because I think Berenguer is probably done. It's Virgil, Hubbard, and a pinch hitter. So most likely another righty will be coming on for the Giants out of the pen. So the right-hander that's coming on is going to be the Moon Man, Greg Minton. So Greg Minton's coming on. He will be on to pitch, and he's going to be facing Ozzie Virgil, Glenn Hubbard, and a pinch hitter for Mailer. And I believe Ted Simmons has picked up a bat to hit. We shall see. Could be somebody else. 6-6 is a strikeout chance against a right-hander, but that's a 20, so no strikeout. Virgil will swing. 2-3, and that is a ground ball to second. Yeah, Brian, I know I think a couple seasons they had Mattingly rated kind of low as well. So, oh well, can't get them all right, I guess. Here's Hubbard. And for some reason the white die didn't go through again. Pregnant pause. 4-3, and that is a star line. I think that's the first star line we've had all game. It is an automatic out, and it will be a grounder to second. So 2 up and 2 down, and that brings up the pinch hitter, because the Mailer is your scheduled hitter, but he will be called back, and they will go to, let's see, they got a plethora of guys on the bench. May not even matter who they bring in. Oberkfell, Moreno. Let's see, they want to go to Chris Chambliss. I'm going to go with the guy with the most at-bats. I'll do the old RJL thing. The most at-bats is Ken Oberkfell. So that's who's going to pinch hit, is Ken Oberkfell. 270 hitter. And he had 503 at-bats. So we're going to let him pinch hit against the Moon Man. 1-6, double question mark. 1-18 is a single against the lefty. So Ken Oberkfell, how about that? Joins the hit parade. stands up and strokes a pinch hit single and flips the order over to Billy Sample. 4-5, and that is a blank to a righty. Go to Sample. 2-2, star 6 is a grounder to second. That's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there. And the Moon Man pitches a scoreless 8th. Score remains 5-0. We need a new pitcher for Atlanta now. First bullpen activity for the Braves. I think it's going to be all for Minton. So we'll go to the Braves bullpen. Scheduled for the Giants, it's Maldonado, Davis, and Brown. So 2 righties and a switch. So they will go to the aforementioned famous guy, Jeff Dedman. Jeff Dedman don't wear plaid. So Jeff Dedman is on. Obviously, there's no safe situation currently at a 5-0 ball game. So Jeff Dedman will be on to pitch to Candy Maldonado. 2-1 and home run question mark on the very first at bat. 1-13, that passes. So Maldonado will get the chance for a home run here. A 1-17, and it's gone. It is gone. Candy Maldonado, kaboom, greets Jeff Dedman with a solo shot to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And boy, they're glad Rick Mailer's out of there. They want the different offering of Jeff Dedman, and they liked it. Home run cuts the lead to 5-1. Remember, the score of the real game was 4-1, so we're very, very close to that. Here's Chili Davis. Chuck Tanner not too happy about that result for Dedman. 5-5 is a strikeout chance. 9 got him. So he comes back and strikes out Chili Davis for out number 1. And that brings up Chris Brown. 5-4 is a range play. 3-2 is a fly. 3-2 is a single to second base. That's Hubbard. Hubbard's range is a 2. I would have thought he had better range than that, but they only rate him as a 2. That's a 4. It's going to get through for a base hit. So Chris Brown sneaks one past Mr. Hubbard. And Giants might have something cooking here. Bob Melvin, the new catcher, he's going to bat against Dedman. 2-1, home run question mark again. 8, it passes. Bob Melvin, a 1-5. We got another home run. It's a 7, so he cannot get the home run, but he will swing. 3-5, and that's a star 2. Ground ball to third, possible double play. He's a 3, but Dedman's a -1, makes him a 2. Infield halfway, makes it a 3. And then the pivot at second, Hubbard, his pivot is a +1, so it's a 4. 1-4, it's a double play. And they turn it. 5-4-3 around the horn, innings over. So, boy, they just missed another home run opportunity and instead get a double play. And that kind of cooled their jets a little bit. So now we go to the 9th. It's 5-1 Atlanta. That's it for Jeff Dedman. His day is done. Giants will bring in a new pitcher as well. And let's see who they want to bring in. They will bring in... Braves have righties all coming up in the lineup. So they will go to Jeff Robinson to try to keep it close. So Jeff Robinson is on. Right-hander, and he'll be facing Ramirez, Murphy, and Horner. Here in the top of the 9th, 5-1 Braves. 5-3, Robinson range play. I'm sorry, no, 5-3 is the ballpark card. We're going to Candlestick. I read 4-3. 5-3 is the ballpark card. Going to Candlestick. 1-2 is a ground ball to third, and Ramirez is out of there. 1 away. Brings up the Murph. 1-4, strikeout chance, got him. 2 down for Bob Horner. 6-4, that's the ballpark again, going back to Candlestick. 6-2 is a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. So 1-2-3 for Jeff Robinson. He does his job, keeps the score where it is. And we are going now to the bottom of the 9th. 5-1 ball game. Atlanta leads San Francisco. As RJL stated earlier, the real score was 4-1, so not too far from that, obviously. It's going to be Uribe and a pinch hitter But do they pinch hit for Uribe as well is the question. I mean, they could be doing some of that as well. So look at who they got plenty of guys on the bench. Question is, are they any good? That's a big time question. Most of them are not very good. Joe Youngblood's the best they got on the bench, and they're going to save him to pinch hit for the pitcher. So Youngblood will pinch hit for Robinson, but Uribe is going to lead off. It's going to be Uribe, Youngblood, and Clark here in the bottom of the ninth of a 5-1 game. Not a save situation. Atlanta will go to their bullpen for somebody other than a closer. Let's see who they might want to go to. Right-hander. Garber was their closer. So they're going to go to... Boy, who do they want to go to here? Just to make it interesting, we're going to Cliff Speck. Try to give the Giants a chance. With a 5-1 lead, they figure they're safe to use Cliff Speck at least a little bit. If he runs into trouble, they'll get Gene Garber up right away. But Cliff Speck is your pitcher. He was 2-1 with a 4.13 ERA in 28 1/3 innings. It'll be Uribe, Youngblood, and then Clark here in the ninth. Will we see ninth inning magic, as RJL says? 2-5, error on a ground ball. Possibly. Uribe, 5-3 is a question mark 9. That's a 12. Against a right-hander, that's a triple. I'm sorry, it's a double. It's a double to right field. The error rating, let's see. Do they do that with a double to right? I don't think you use the error on a ground ball, but I'll check it. Let's see. Error on a grounder. On hit to right field, it says number 5, which says roll 1d6 versus the ABR of the runner. If higher than ABR, then the runner hitter advances 1 extra base. Otherwise, advances 2 bases. That's if it's an error. So we got to see if there's an error or not. The right fielder in this case is Sample, and Billy Sample's error rating is a 4. So we've got to re-roll and see if we get a 4 or less. And we do not. So there's no error on the play. It will simply be a double for Jose Uribe. So he starts off the bottom of the ninth with a double. And to borrow a phrase from RJL, what, did you expect to see a 1-2-3 final inning in the NBC game of the week on Inside Pitch? Probably not. So here's the pinch hitter, Joel Youngblood. 2-3, and that is a home run question mark. It's a 1-2 though, so no home run. Youngblood, good thing because Youngblood's a 17 home run chance, but he will get the swing. Will not be a home run. 6-3 is a question mark 9 against a righty, goes to 12. That's a 10. It's another double. Back-to-back doubles as Joel Youngblood steps up and pinch hit double to make the score 5-2. And now it is a save situation, so we will be seeing Gene Garber, and only saw a speck of Cliff Speck. He didn't stay around very long. Chuck Tanner not messing around now. He's going to bring in their closer, Gene Garber. 24 saves, 5-5 with a 2.54 ERA. So Gene Garber is on to try to close the deal. It is now a 5-2 game with nobody out, so definitely a save situation at the moment. Will Clark, the batter. Still no strategy rolls, though. Not close enough for that yet. Garber, 3-4, and that's a blank, so we go to Will Clark. 1-6, that's a single pass second. Youngblood, check his run rating. Youngblood's run rating is a 2. So he runs at a 2 to score from second on a single pass second. All he needs is a 2, so he will score. Youngblood does score on the RBI single from Will Clark. It is now a 5-3 game, and the tying run is now coming to the plate with nobody out. It is a 5-3 game. And Robbie Thompson, the batter, still no strategy rolls. Has to be one more run closer to be a strategy roll. Garber facing Thompson, 6-3, and that's a blank. We go to Thompson's card. 6-4, it's a question mark 7 against a right-hander that goes all the way to 20. That's a 5. It's a single to left field. Clark, station to station, will go to second base. But another hit, and boy, RJL is not lying when he says the game is never over on Inside Pitch. All of a sudden, even Garber can't get the guys out now. Tying runs are now on base. The winning runs at the plate, and Mike Aldretti, if he gets a home run, the game's over. So Garber has to be really careful here. 6-5, that's a blank. Go to Aldretti. 4-2, that's a single pass second. Clark will score. Thompson first to third on a single pass second. You need a 3 or better. Thompson runs at a 3, so he will take third base. Base hit for Mike Aldretti, and there's still nobody out. And it's now a 5-4 game. Tying run is at third with nobody out. Aldretti's at first. He is the winning run. Strategy rolls are now back on. Infield for the Braves has to come in. They have no choice, so maybe they shouldn't have brought in Speck to begin with, but Garber's been no prize either, so can't really blame that. But strategy rolls are now back on. Infield is in. They got to cut that run off. Alden and Thompson runs, let's see, he runs at a 3, so he would drop to a 1 with the infield in. Garber could really use a strikeout right about now. 5-5, hit by pitch. He wouldn't need that. 5 minus 3, he will not get the hit by pitch. So Candy Maldonado will swing. 1-1, fly to left, could be a sacrifice fly. That would tie the game. He's a 2. Nope, not going to do it there, but Thompson still has a chance. And Billy Sample, I believe, has a +2 arm, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Harper in left. He's got a -1 arm, my bad. And the run rating of Thompson is a 3, so that'd be a 2. A 1-2, he will score. 2, he does score. Thompson runs at a 3, -1 arm, but the sacrifice fly is good. And 4 runs here in the 9th by the Giants. And it is a 5-5 game. 5-5. I'm not even going to write a 4 there because you couldn't get more runs than that. There is one out finally, but game is all tied, and Rick Mailer has just lost his win, and Mo Holland gets off the hook for the loss, and Chuck Tanner not a happy man. Here's Chili Davis, strategy roll in place. Nothing happening. I don't believe. Chili Aldretti runs. His attempt's only a 1, so nothing happening there. Here's Chili Davis. Infield double play depth, 6-3, another blank. Garber's rolling all these blanks, but the batters are finding the hits. 1-3, star 5. It's ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 2. Garber adds 1, makes it a 3. They were halfway, makes it a 4. And pivot +1 for Hubbard makes it a 5. So anything other than a 6, it's a double play. It's a double play, and we got free baseball, as Mr. RJL likes to say. 4-run 9th inning by the Giants, and we've got extra frames here at Candlestick as they're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive and catch the Astros. The Astros are in disbelief. They're protesting the game, saying, "What are you doing bringing in Cliff Speck? That was a joke. You're trying to make us lose intentionally," but hey, Garber couldn't get it done either. So we need a new pitcher for the Giants, and they've used a bunch of them already, and they're going to have to use another one. And it's going to be, well, we're almost getting into partial guys here that didn't get a whole lot of playing time. But they will go to Mark Davis, the only lefty left in the bullpen, the only lefty they have in the bullpen, because Grant and Bacchus have marginal cards, and I'd rather use the guys that have regular cards first, lefty or righty notwithstanding. So there, you want 9th inning magic and you want the game is never over an inside pitch. There you go. Now, you could blame me for bringing in Cliff Speck. They got it all started, but hey, I brought in Garber long before they tied the game, and Garber just couldn't get it done. He kept finding the blank results, and Giants kept finding the hits. Not sure what else to tell you on that. All right. Top of the 10th we go. Terry Harper, the batter, against Mark Davis. 1-2 is a strikeout plus, and he will get him. That's a 7. The strikeout plus gives him a 17, or super strikeout, or whatever RGL calls it. It would be a 17, but the stadium adds one, makes it 18, so that 18 fits. Harper is out. Super strikeout, I think is what he calls it. There's Andres Thomas. 4-6 is a strikeout chance, but 20 is too high. Go to Thomas. 4-4 is going to pop it to third, 2 down. And boy, can the Braves give one away big time or what? Here's Ozzie Virgil. 2-3, and that's a blank to a righty. Virgil will swing. 3-6, question mark 7 against the lefty, goes to 11, but that's a 16. Just to fly to left, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 10th, and Garber will not be coming back out, by the way. He is done. Chuck Tanner did not like how that went at all. And they will bring on, I believe, Jim Acker. So Jim Acker will be coming on to pitch, as Garber just couldn't get it done. And Acker will be facing Chris Brown, Bob Melvin, and Uribe. And if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Mark Davis. Bottom of the 10th we go. Acker, 6-2, potential walk, 18 is too much. Chris Brown. 4-6, question mark 8. Against a righty, goes to 13. That's a 3. It's a base hit for Chris Brown. And the Giants now, with the winning run at first base. Strategy roll. 19, Melvin might have a chance to do a sacrifice bunt. He bunts at a 2. So according to this, if you're a regular player and you get a 2, that's a 19. So Melvin could bunt here. He's a number 2. The question is, do you want to bunt him? He's not a very good bunter. As a 2, it's only a 1 to 10 for a good bunt. Anything else could be trouble. So what do you do with that? I think you got a bunt though. I think you got a bunt. 1 to 10, and it's a good bunt. And it's a 9, so it's a good bunt. So they played the percentages, and it worked. Strategy roll gave it to him. So that'll bring up Uribe. You're not going to walk Uribe with the first base open because he's not a very good hitter. They're trying to avoid getting to Will Clark with runners on base. All right, Acker now. Strategy roll. Checking for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Chris Brown. He has an attempt of 3, so he could actually try to steal third, but what's the point in stealing third? Well, with 1 out, he could steal third and get there, but if he gets thrown out, he's a stolen base of 12. But if he gets thrown out, you're looking really dumb. He's already in scoring position, so they're going to call off the steal. Acker, 1-2, strikeout chance, 9. Gets him. He's an 8, plus the 1 from the stadium is a 9. Candlestick Park strikes him out. Now we got a pinch hitter coming up for Mark Davis. And let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. There's not a whole lot left on the bench that's any good, that's for sure. They could go to a lefty just by default, just to see if they can get something off of the card of Mr. Acker. So they're going to go to Luis Quinones, a switch hitter. He's only a 179 hitter, but like I said, the rest of their bench is pretty bad. So Quinones trying to be the hero against Acker. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Acker, 3-2. That's a walk chance. 17 is too high. Quinones with a chance to walk it off. 6-2, and he does a triple to left field. What a pinch hitting move that was there by Roger Craig, picking up the Luis Quinones to triple to left field on a 6-2, and that's your ball game. The Giants come back and win it by the score of 6-5 over the Braves. A walk-off triple from Luis Quinones. What the hell kind of game was that? That's inside pitch. That's what that is. And I guess he had some triples. To get a triple on his card in his own cell is a solid triple. He must have hit some triples in his 106 at-bats. He must have had quite a few triples, because there it is. It is gone, and the ball game is over. And somehow Atlanta Braves managed to blow a 5-0 lead going into the bottom of the 8th and a 5-1 lead going into the bottom of the 9th. They blew it, and the Giants win it on Luis Quinones' pinch hit triple to walk it off. And now I want to go back and look at what the pennant race looks like in the National League West and see what that does for the division races. In 1986, National League, coming into the game, the Giants trail by 7.5. They now trail by 7, as they are 81-62, and Houston is 87-54. So let's see what Houston did in their game today. Houston today is scheduled to play at San Diego. That is an at San Diego game. That is Nolan Ryan versus Lamar Hoyt. So let's see how that turns out. Houston won it 9-1, so did not help their cause. They're still 7.5 back. And like I said, with only limited amount of games remaining, I don't think there's much of a pennant race left. Magic number for the Astros is 13, and they've played 142 games, so they've got 20 games left. They need a combination of 13 wins plus losses from the Giants. Any combination of wins and losses, a total 13, would end it. So, I guess next Saturday, I guess we could still try it with the next schedule. Let's see who the next Saturday schedule is, because it may or may not matter. And actually, I'm going to sim up until the next Saturday game, which will be the 20th of September 1986. So I'm going to sim through that Friday and see if the Giants close ground at all. Let's see where we're at now after the simming. Nope, the Giants still 8.5 back. They're 8 back, and the magic number is 8. So really not much of a chance there. Mets lead Pittsburgh by 18. Astros lead the Giants by 8. So that's I'm pretty much thinking that's a done deal. American League. Yankees lead by 10.5. California leads by 18.5. And let me see if I simmed the American League far enough. Now I need to get them up through the 19th as well. I don't think that's going to change anything, but you never know. So let's take them through the 19th. But I think the Yankees in California pretty much have it locked up. Unless there's a big time Yankee fold, I don't see anything happening here. Yeah, it actually increased their lead to 13.5. So, yeah, it's pretty much a done deal. Giants are 8 games back. The magic number for the Astros is 8. So I don't see a whole lot happening as far as pennant races go. Next Saturday, if I wanted to do something that might somehow closely relate to the National League West pennant race, the schedule for the 20th of September 1986 shows the Giants at Atlanta again. Actually, reversing, we're going to Atlanta. Or you have Houston hosting San Diego. Mike Scott on the mound for the Astros against some guy named Ray Hayward for the Padres. Giants would have Mike Lacoste against Charlie Palaio. So it's not looking good either way. I'm thinking that's pretty much a done deal with the pennant races. So what I may do is next Saturday start doing the playoffs. ALCS, Yankees and Angels on payoff pitch, and the NLCS on 1986 will be inside pitch, Astros and the Mets. And I think I'm going to use as played lineups and rosters for the 1986 Mets and Astros, because since that was the real, the actual NLCS, I may do that. Now the other one, I did try to use the actual 25-man roster for the Angels. Of course, the Yankees had to make up my own because they were not in the playoffs. But Luis Quinones, little Louis Quinones, how about that? I didn't look it up. He had 106 at-bats. I'm curious how many triples he had, because they gave him a triple in his own block, which I thought was really, really strange. I'm going to look up and see how many triples he had. That seems like an awful strange place to give him a triple right there in his own block to have a triple. Let me look this up here real quick. 1986 Giants and Quinones. I want to see what he did for the Giants. And actually, the Reds finished in second place in real life ahead of the Giants. Giants finished third. So let's get to Quinones. There he is. He actually had 3 triples and 106 at bats. So I guess that makes sense to give him, a big triple, because he had 3 triples and 106 at bats. So I guess that's why they gave him the triple there. It makes sense now. So there you go. Triple it was for Luis Quinones. and the Giants win it, but it's not really going to help him because they're not going to catch the Astros. The Astros continue to be hot, and no way to catch them, not enough time to do it. So I'm thinking next Saturday, it's going to be either the Mets and Astros in Game 1 on inside pitch or the Yankees and the Angels Game 1 on payoff pitch. Haven't decided how often I want to play those games or if they're going to be live, recorded, or whatnot. Of course, Saturday would probably be live, I imagine. If I did it during the day, I'd probably bump it up to like 10 o'clock or 10:30 to get out of the way of football. But we'll see how it goes. We've got a week to figure that stuff out. Going on, coming up for next week, Monday, I will be posting the Stratomatic Demolition League 2015 Series 12 Matchup 1. The Indians hosting the Cincinnati Reds. On Wednesday, one-off Wednesday, it is going to be APA. I'm not sure if it's going to be something from 1978 or something from 1941. I haven't figured that out yet. Thinking about doing 1978, but we'll figure it out. And then on Friday, we're back to Fictional Friday for the Buffalo Bees. They'll be back next Friday as they take on the first place in the West, Vancouver Voyagers. It'll be a battle of first place teams as Buffalo comes back home to the friendly confines after a long road trip. And Kip Scarry will have to getting his rest from the road trip, and we'll be all ready to go on Friday. So let's go do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of the NBC Game of the Week, inside pitch style. You can see the comeback in inside pitch where Robert says a game is never over. I mean, you can question me for bringing in Mr. Speck with the score being 5-1, but I pulled him pretty early, and Garber gave up the rest, and Garber was the closer. So it just happens. Stuff happens, as they say. Fun game, inside pitch. You can question maybe the ratings here and there, but you can do that for just about any game. So no game is perfect, but this one's pretty good. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. Oh, and Robert, before I sign off, if you can remember tonight when you do your game, we were talking about the double steal possibility because I had runners at first and second, and the guy Harper stole third. Murphy was on first, so I gave the stolen base to Harper, but I wasn't sure if Murphy's supposed to tag along for a double steal. If you could go over that briefly on your game tonight, that would be wonderful. I'll look at it in the charts and the rule books some more closely, but if you could just kind of breach that scenario before you start your game tonight, that would be wonderful. That way I can get my rules down pat for when that situation comes up again. I don't think it really mattered in this case because Murphy wouldn't have scored from second either way, the way the game went. So if you could do that tonight, that would be wonderful. Aside from that, go watch some college football today. It's first real full swing of college football after the holidays. So everything's back on a normal schedule. And I think they said Alabama and Texas is like the big game going on right now. So might go check that out. I got some honeydew stuff to do before that, though. So we'll wait and see. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, how you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.